Welcome. We've got more pedals here. We've got the 303. Let's try them all out. This might be the last time I use this 303 pattern because, you know, I'm starting to find it a bit irritating hearing it so many times. But anyway, we'll start by hearing the 303 clean. Lovely as always. This pedal is a copy of a Maxon 820 overdrive pedal, which I got because Andy Sneap, who is a famous heavy metal producer, really rates it, and I thought that it would be, you know, he produces Accept, I like Accept, so I thought it would be a good pedal to use. I didn't really like it for guitar though, because it's quite a transparent sounding pedal, and as such the bass was very loud, and it got a bit farty, so I sent it back, but then I decided I did like it after all, and they sent it back to me again. Let's try it on the 303. I don't know, I have no idea how it will work out. Yeah, I'm just finding that a bit smooth sounding. You may like it though. That is a copy of the Maxon 820. This is the Dr. J Sparrow, which is meant to be a kind of a DI pedal for bass. Now, I tried it on my bass and I didn't like it at all, but maybe it'll sound good with the 303. I don't know. I think there's something missing with that. And something in the mid-range is a bit weird. I thought the same when I tried it on my bass. You might like it though. Maybe that's the pedal for you. It is a very affordable pedal. This one is called the Naga Viper. It is a treble booster pedal. I like this on guitar a lot as a booster. Yeah, no, it doesn't really have the kind of kick that I'm looking for in a 303 distortion pedal. This pedal is the EHX Satisfaction fuzz, and it's meant to have a Rolling Stones kind of sound. Now, what I've read online is that this pedal has quite a different circuit from a standard kind of fuzz pedal. I think that the Rolling Stones used a tone bender for Satisfaction. I'm not 100% though. They certainly didn't use this. Let's give it a go. It's meant to preserve your kind of low end and presence in the mix for guitar. No, that's far too bright. This pedal is the EHX Bass Big Muff. It's got various controls to let your original signal through and stuff, and it has a bass boost setting as well, so it might be just the ticket. Yep, I like that one. Actually, that's one of the more interesting distortion pedals that we've tried so far. What I liked was this setting when you put the switch at the bottom, which says dry, where it lets some of the original synth signal through without applying a distortion. When you just have it on the fuzz, it did lose quite a lot of the cutting high end, but when you have the dry, it allowed that to pass through as well. The bass boost does give a very warm sort of sub bass, which may or may not be good for you depending on your music. Overall, I like the tone. I think it's quite a unique pedal, and I would definitely use it again for the 303. This pedal is called an Earth Dweller, and it is another pedal in the kind of big muff genre. It's made by a company called Dope Effects. I use this in my krautrock project. Although it is kind of supposedly like a big muff style fuzz pedal, I found you can get some quite sort of convincing ampy kind of tones with it because you've got these extra controls for bass, middle, and treble. I'm sure we can tease something good out of it now with the 303. Yeah, brilliant. Sounded good straight away. There's loads of really good settings. The EQ section works perfectly. This is a Boss MT2 Metal Zone. This one has a Monte Allums mod kit in it, which is meant to make it sound a bit less nasally. It did have a switch where I could change the clipping diodes, but I took that out because it was in the way. I only really use one setting anyway. That is definitely quite a lot easier to dial in than this stock unit. I wouldn't say it sounded any better, but it is easier to get a good sound out of it. And I think that the metal zone is quite a good choice for the 303 actually. It has a very unique sound. You'd think it might be too smooth, but it sounds quite edgy. It could have those resonant squeals don't come through quite so well, but it's got a kind of razor edge to it. It's a really interesting sound. I'm sure you'll have heard that on the video. All right, this is the Boss OD3. Last time we tried an OD3, but that had a Monte Allums mod kit in it. This one is stock. Yeah, no, didn't really like that. It sounds kind of muffled on the top end. The Monte Allums one definitely sounded better for the 303. The reason I bought one and left it unmudded is because I really liked it for guitar, though. But I don't think it works for this situation. This rather battered pedal is a Sansamp GT2, and it's so battered because this used to be my only guitar pedal for years and years, and I used to use it for everything. Every single gig I played for like the first, 8 or 10 years I did with this pedal. It doesn't. I don't think it sounds quite as good as it did when I bought it. But let's try it with the 303. It's kind of the old faithful, There is a lot of sounds in that pedal. Most of them didn't sound that good, though. The best settings I got were kind of on the California setting. I haven't touched the mod switch yet, so I'll kind of run through that now. Yep, it's a good pedal. I don't think it's the best choice again for the 303. There is a ton of sounds in there. It's mostly kind of geared towards guitar, I think, based on how the mid-range sounds, but you can get it to sound good with the 303. So if you've got one, give it a go. But I wouldn't go out and buy one just to use with your 303 or 303 clone. This is the EHX Tortion, which is a JFET overdrive from Electro Harmonics. I tried this with guitar. I was very disappointed. I wanted to sell it. I still kind of do want to sell it, but I've kept it so we can try it with the 303. Maybe it will kind of reveal itself to be amazing. Yep, it is good with the 303. It actually is quite a lot better than with guitar. I think the reason is that the 303 has quite high output compared to guitar, and this doesn't have a huge amount of gain unless you engage the boost circuit. I haven't engaged the boost circuit, so let's do it now. I thought that was rather good, actually. With all the controls, you've got a ton of settings to dial in your kind of the sound, the distortion sound you want from the 303. It might be a tiny bit smooth, but I know some people like to have a more smooth sounding distortion. I'd definitely give it a go. It is a little bit expensive, this pedal, but it may be worth it to you if you like that sound. So that is all the pedals for this particular episode. I am going to choose a favorite now. And I think it was the Dope FX Earth Dweller. But I also thought the Electro Harmonics Bass Big Muff definitely sounded unique, and it definitely sounded really good. So check those out. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. For example, I've got more pedals yet to try for the 303, so stay tuned.